All right, I think we have it straight now again tonight. Good evening, my name is Meryl Fury. I am going to be doing a little demo for you tonight of a medicinal or herbal chest rub. Just because it's that time of year and it's that kind of season. And it would be nice to know, I think, how to manage little ailments and issues at home if you can, without having to go out and buy something that may or may not be terrifically useful. What we're going to make tonight, like I said, is a menthol chest balm is what we're going to call it. In my own world, I call it We Bee Breathing Easy, partly because we have bees and we use beeswax in this preparation, and there's a little bit of honey in it, and then we use essential oils. Okay, so we're going to get started. Hopefully this is recording well and we're on Facebook at the same time. And I'm trying a new camera setup and it's always a mystery until it comes out and I can see how it looks. So here we go. Hopefully I'm not too cocked one way or the other, and we can get started. I'll just hold up the ingredients and show them to you because I only have one camera running today, and it's always a test. So it starts out with, let me just show you the ingredients first. How about that? So we start out with beeswax. Now, any of you who have been following my page know that we have bees and that we went through, this is our first year with bees, and we went through quite a bit of a learning curve with how to manage them. And ultimately we had a little, we lost both hives actually, which was really sad. But it is kind of the life of bees and beekeepers. I hope everybody is aware that the bee population has been in decline for some time, and that's part of why we took on raising bees and being beekeepers. It was really to help the bees survive, give them a nice home with a nice backyard and lots of flowers and lots of trees. And we were able to do that, but they did not survive past the first good cold snap. They left, they died, unfortunately. So we'll try again next year. Anyway, this is the wax that we were able to glean from the honeycomb. So this is very clean wax. I will show you something which I think is interesting. You can see around the edges here, right there, that is some of the debris left. But the top edge, you can see here, is very clear. And that's the part that we use. Smells so good. It smells like wax with honey in it. It's beautiful. So we use that and we grate that so that it melts quickly, or more quickly. This is a fairly quick process, but it still takes a little bit of time. We use, and actually I cut the recipe in half. So if you want this recipe, I will post a URL at the bottom here. And you can just click on that, and if you can leave me your first name and your email address, I can get you the recipe for this and you can make it at home. It's super simple. It does take a few ingredients, but it's super simple. Okay, so we're gonna cut the recipe in half. I'm using 1/2 ounce of beeswax that's grated, okay? Then I used 4 ounces of a carrier oil. For this one, I used olive oil. You can also use almond oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use jojoba oil, whichever one you like. Fractionated coconut oil also. There's lots of different oils you can use. I happen to use olive oil this time. We are also here, over here with this pot sort of burbling on the side here is the wax that is trying to melt. It's not quite melted yet. It's taking a little bit. Okay, we are also going to use some essential oils in this preparation. This is where you get the the smells and the aromatics and the that menthol kind of feeling that we're used to having if you were to use something that you bought in the store. Okay, so we have a very pure peppermint oil. All these oils are food grade and can be eaten or put in tea. So this is peppermint by doTERRA. This is eucalyptus. This one is not for eating. You do not eat eucalyptus. Okay, do not drink that one. This is lavender. We're going to use a little bit of that. This one is frankincense. We'll use a little bit of that. And then tea tree oil, a little bit of that. Okay, all but the eucalyptus are edible. So that's how we're going to work this preparation today. This is cooking a little bit. I'm going to get a stick just so I can stir it. I'll be right back. So I just use a wooden stick, like a kebab skewer is what I use, or you could use a popsicle stick just to get it going. And it's in a double boiler, so I'll show you how it looks. Looks like this. It's in a glass dish, heat safe glass dish in a double boiler. And our goal is to melt it. The lid on it to keep the heat in. All right. So I'll tell you a little bit about the oils. We're also going to use, let me tell you one other thing. I'm going to use a little bit of menthol crystals, which are derived from peppermint. And that helps boost the aromatics and the menthol in it, okay? So eucalyptus, is for, or has been used for a long, long time, historically, long, long time, for opening up airways and making it easier for people to breathe. You can take some of this and put a couple drops in some hot water and just breathe in the steam, and that helps support that feeling of the opening of the airways. Peppermint has been used similarly for a long, long time. You can put a couple drops in hot, steamy water and just breathe in those vapors, the steam. Peppermint is also good as a tea, very calming. Great for upset stomach too, peppermint is. Melaleuca, also called tea tree oil, also very aromatic, opens up the airways. This one is also very good for the skin, nourishing for the skin. And that's one thing that I think is important to me, that the oils that I'm using are not only supportive of the airway and breathing, but they're also good for the skin. This one is frankincense, which is called the king of oils. And everybody, well, very, very many people have heard the story of this time of year when the wise men brought frankincense and myrrh to the Holy Child as gifts. This is frankincense oil, essential oil. This one, very good for dang near everything, really wonderful for skin, can be taken internally. And then lavender. Lavender is great for just calming and aromatic and, restful sleeping is what lavender is associated with, okay? And then, like I said, menthol. Okie dokie. See how much closer our mix is here, very much closer, definitely. We're waiting for the wax to dissolve in the oil. I like to use a glass container to melt it. There's no clinging, the essential oils won't cling to anything, and it conducts heat well. So that's what we're using there. And right about now, it is ready. So I'm going to turn off the heat. And you can see it's not really too hot to touch. That's what it looks like, okay? All right, get this off the heat. All right, now we need to let this cool just a little bit, and that's partly, well, there's two reasons for that. One is that if we add the essential oils to the hot oil and wax, it will cause the essential oils to like flash off. They'll evaporate very quickly, right? That's one thing. The other thing is that it can change the chemical nature of the oils. Heat will do that. So rather than deal with any of that, we'll just wait a moment and let it cool. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody is on Facebook asking any questions, but no, it doesn't look like it. Oh boy. It's always amazing when you start messing around with this stuff. There you go. Okay, this is still pretty warm. You will be filling probably just one, maybe two of these metal containers. These are good for the salve. It can take the heat. The oils won't bind up with the metal in the container, which is something you kind of have to worry about if you use a plastic container. These are available on Amazon fairly inexpensively. So we'll do this. This is a 4-ounce container. We may get 2 out of this. So I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe and being wise about how you're exposing yourself to whatever we call them, pathogens, bacteria, things that could make you sick. I hope you're being wise about that. We actually had a little bit of a scare here in my house. My son, who is 20 years old and goes to college, came in contact with that nasty bug, that nasty corona bug, and tested positive for the virus and had to come home before the semester ended. And he was in quarantine for 2 weeks, and his dad and I are here in the house with him, and it's a little bit touch and go. Mostly worried about how he was doing, and then Dad and I being somewhat a little bit more than 50 years old, we're a little bit nervous about if we would fare well, but we did. Everything went well. My son only suffered loss of taste and smell and had a fever for about 3 days. And the fever broke, and he's gradually still regaining his taste and smell. It has been probably coming up on 4 weeks since that whole thing started, and he is still not fully recovered the sense of taste and smell. Thankfully, my husband and I did not have any symptoms at all. We have stayed strong and not been impacted by the virus. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, this is cool enough now, I think. It's still warm, but a lot cooler than it was. So we'll go ahead and proceed. We are going to take 1/2 teaspoon. Actually, I'm going to measure these out first. So this is menthol crystal. I love the smell of those. I do know they can cause some people's airways to react a little bit. So be careful about how you use stuff. I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of menthol crystals. They're beautiful. I want you to see those. Can you see that? It really looks like a crystal. They're not all that big, not all that large, but that one is a large one. And we'll take 20 drops of eucalyptus. So we'll start with that. And we'll just count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put in 5 extra just because I like it. Okay, and I'm going to put in 5 drops. You know, I'm going to use lavender this time. Just 5 drops of lavender. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then some menthol crystals. And we'll stir that up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They got a little thick on me there. What the heck? Cool.
Where's the ice cream at?
Yes, and there's my son yelling for ice cream while I'm live on the video. Thank you so much. Come and visit. Now that you said, where's the ice cream? Come on. You have to show yourself. This is the one who has been in quarantine and all this, and yeah, there he is. Come over this way. Here's the camera. Say hello.
Hi.
So obviously he's feeling a lot better if he's yelling for ice cream, hey? That's good news.
What do you like?
I am making a chest rub, menthol chest rub salve for people who might need that. They got congested chest things going on. Let me tell you, if you have any kids or somebody in your house who's been sick, there is nothing more beautiful than having them stomp down the stairs and say, where's the ice cream at? That's a gift. It's all good. Okay, so that's what it looks like now, quite a bit thicker. Oh, 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 so beautiful. Okay, we're just gonna pour that into this container, this tin, and I should have a spatula. Because anybody who knows me knows I like my spatulas to get it all out. I don't want to waste any of it. These are precious good ingredients. So let me, can you grab me a spatula while you're here? One of the little ones. These, if you can. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, you can use less or more of any of the ingredients. So for example, more beeswax will make a stiffer mixture. Yep. One container, which is good. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's it. Cool. Great. To clean up the edge, that's the way that looks. And this smells beautiful, all natural. How many ingredients do we put in there? 5, 6, maybe? We had the oil, we had the wax, we had the menthol, peppermint, tea tree, and lavender, right? And eucalyptus. So pretty simple, pretty easy. Toughest part is getting the wax to melt. That's it. Boom. Beautiful. If anybody's interested in this recipe, I will definitely have the link on my business page, Balanced Forward Health and Wellness on Facebook. And I will also post it elsewhere. I'll make sure it's available. But look there for sure. So that's it. We're done. That smells so good. I'm going to use that today. You could also use the same basic mix, changing up the essential oils. Make foot balm, lip balm, hand balm, rough, dry knee balm, all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, you guys have a great night. Take good care. Stay safe. Eat your veggies. Drink your water. Stay healthy. And hopefully we'll see each other again next time. Thank you. Have a good night.